Hello, this is Taureor and welcome to The Witcher 2 with Lore. For those of you who follow the channel, I am re-recording the first few episodes because I didn't do them very well, I was not satisfied. But I will be releasing episodes daily and we will finish this playthrough before The Witcher 3 comes out. So, for those of you who haven't seen it before, just a quick reminder, this is going to be a regular playthrough of The Witcher 2, but with a little bit of lore and information about the world of The Witcher, characters and so on sprinkled in. So, before we begin, let's see the intro cinematics. First, the assassination of King Demavend of REDONE. This is opening cinematic of the game. I'll shut up for the film. And we're back. Alright, so before we begin, another scene. This is a short movie talking about what witches as such are.
Witcher, or witchers, an elite and mysterious caste of warrior monks. In popular lore, they're portrayed as possessing magic powers and superhuman abilities. Witches were believed to combat evil spirits, ghastly monsters, and all manner of dark forces. It's possible that witches had animal eyes, which granted them sight in near darkness, rendering survival probable in encounters with fiends both subterranean and nocturnal, kobolds, vampires, and ghouls. Witches used their silver swords to kill creatures of magic provenance, wraiths, cursed souls, and striggers. With their swords of meteorite steel, they felled non-magic beasts, and the occasional human who refused to pay for services rendered. In combat, witches would go into a trance, induced, it's supposed, through self-hypnosis or the consumption of intoxicants. They fought with blind abandon, sensing absolutely no pain, ignoring even serious injuries, which fed fears and superstitions about their unearthly powers. There is little doubt that witches were perceived to be vile beings who could bring misfortune down upon common folk with their gaze alone. The heroes of fairy tales and other yarns, witches entered the folklore of the Nordlings. This is true of one especially, Geralt the Riv, known as the White Wolf. Listen now to one of the legends about him.
Alright, so let's get into the game. We are going to play with the default settings, without the tutorial, and on normal. But before we start, a few words. So, I'm not going to talk during the story sequences, of course, but when we are traveling or we're in combat or just doing some management, I will be providing the background information I talked about. Let's go. First, another cinematic, but a short one.
Come on, Sixes. Daddy needs you. Oh, shit. Ha! 20 orens to Grandad. Looky there. He's awake. You daft! Don't go in there!
Shut it. He's in chains. Can't do a thing.
Am I right, Master Geralt? Roll again!
Why?
The dice didn't roll!
Calling me a cheat?
Take it back.
Look, he's awake again.
Monster slayer, my ass. A regular whoreson.
I heard witches all start out as roadside orphans taken in by mages. Mages who experiment on them.
Folks say they plough witches come the equinox.
That's how they get those spooky eyes.
Enough! Take him down and put him in the interrogation room.
I thought you died.
I'm not so easy to kill. I don't believe we've been introduced. Vernon Roach.
Yeah, shaking hands in handcuffs is not very easy.
Walk around behind me if you want to shake.
How foolish of me. Vet! Unshackle him.
Geralt of Rivia. Care to introduce us?
No, thanks.
Bring something to drink. We can't sit here cotton-mouthed. You will tell me everything you remember. The entire assault. And all that happened in the Solar.
And if I refuse?
I shall have to beat you. I've commanded the Special Forces for a while. Got good at beating others. You're a Witcher. You'd endure much.
You better believe it.
Worst case scenario, you'll suffer through it, go back to your cell, and tomorrow, they'll publicly gut you, skin you, and hang you.
Just like that? For nothing?
No. For Temeria.
Downright praiseworthy. Where should I start?
It was a long day. I wish to hear the important bits.
Right, so in this interrogation, it serves also as the introduction to the game. So let's just do it one by one.
Just so we're clear on this, I was not eager to go into battle. But Foltest is not someone you refuse.
Witcher, are you up?
His Majesty, King of Temeria, Pontar, Mahakam, and Sodden, Senior Protector of Bruges, summons Master Geralt to appear before him.
Tell him I'll be there shortly.
Sorry to intrude like this, milady, but the King...
We heard you.
A pleasant day to you, milady. Witcher...
Stupid war. Could have been such a beautiful morning.
A war can never be stupid when waged by your king.
A wise war is a contradiction, Triss.
Then maybe you know just how I should advise our lustful monarch.
Stop falling in love, sire no further bastards, and don't wage stupid wars.
Genius. You know, these bastards could vie for the throne in the future? Then we'd have an even more senseless conflict.
Which doesn't change the fact that...
I know. Foltest and the other northern monarchs are neither the smartest nor the most refined, but they're kings, one of whom we serve.
And I'll see Foltest is summoned, protect him if need be. But once the castle falls, we leave.
Did you dream of the Wild Hunt again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go through all the options.
One of the scouts swears he saw a dragon down by the river. Claims he ran into a Scoia'tael unit. That would have been it if the dragon hadn't swooped down. The elves apparently bowed in prayer and he escaped.
A dragon? In the midst of civilization? Oh, please. Besides, does it matter? Witchers don't hunt dragons. Or has something changed?
Nothing's changed. And you're right. It's probably not a dragon. Although it could be a forktail or a slizzard. Maybe even an overgrown wyvern.
The scout ran into some elves and scurried away. That's how that story begins and ends.
Alright.
The unlucky assassin? How did the autopsy go?
It was a nightmare. In the month since you killed him, the king's medics poked around in his corpse like a bunch of amateurs. What arrived in that cart? Well, I wouldn't even call it a corpse.
Foltest has some trust issues. Did you learn anything?
His pupil suggested he could probably see in the dark as well as you. I couldn't put an age on him.
The killer snuck past all the guards and nearly killed Foltest and me a month ago. And now you tell me he was a witcher?
Possibly. I'm just saying what the autopsy showed. I haven't told anyone, nor do I plan to. I know what it could do to you if it got out. You might be a savior, a king's witcher now, but masters can be as fickle as the colts they ride.
I get the feeling that dream's important. Running frantically through the forest. The wild hunt. They're the last things I remember. I wake up and try to relive the dream and the memory, hoping I'll find some guidance. Some clue to grab onto. Something that'll help me recover my memory.
Dreams can be very powerful. Some people claim they can even shape reality.
People claim a lot of things. The problem is, it's often nonsense.
We'll know in time. I'm sure of it.
All right. Time to look to the lustful king and his stupid war.
I'll join you later.
And here we are. The siege camp. The Foltest. There's a bit more talking here.
Good to see you.
Morning, Witcher. Those blades of yours should be useful today.
Foltest's would-be assassin. You said you'd ask around.
I put the word out. I did.
And?
It's a riddle wrapped inside a secret.
I thought you knew people who could help.
I can give you any cutthroat in Temeria. Problem is, your assassin came from elsewhere.
You sure?
Sure as you stand before me.
Does Foltest plan to continue the siege?
No. It
Excuse
amounts to
me?
an assault.
Finally.
Truth be told, I'd rather sit here than risk my neck on those walls.
I did what you asked.
You killed a cockatrice. Wonderful. Tough job.
Routine Witcher's work.
I'll have your coin as soon as we finish off the Lavalettes. I'll be generous, I promise.
I'd like it beforehand. Promises made before battle are often hard to keep.
Did we get the money?
Shite, I don't want to die on a bet. It's the Crinfrid Reaver's honor that's at stake here. This is no... Oh, looky there, new boy. It's that Witcher. Geralt of Rivia ought to know about amulets.
We know each other?
Don't recognize your old mates. We're the Crinfrid Reavers.
I lost my memory.
As did Boholt. After the hunt for the Golden Dragon, he took a spill and hit his head on a rock. He can still be a beast in battle, but besides that, he don't do much save eat and shit. Rarely even lusts after women.
I doubt that's amnesia.
I'm Kenneth, and this one here they call Desperate, and this is New Boy. He's apprenticing with us, like. I haven't had much luck with the monsters of late, so we enlisted. Now New Boy's gotten himself into this wager situation. Would you help us for old time's sake? I mean, we all got a little riled. But those are bygones, as I see it.
We'd have set you free. The sorceress, too. Boholt was just fooling about the raping and all.
Well...
What rape?
Shut your trap, Desperate. The Witcher don't remember. Waste of words to remind him. We're old mates, that's that.
So you'd have raped this old mate?
Just the sorceress. You were there to kill the dragon, the sorceress too. The peasants wanted at it, everyone did. But there was only one prize, and we argued. There was some commotion, a regular rumble in fact. We tied you up like hogs, meaning you and the sorceress, and went after the beast. But that dragon thrashed us so hard, we spent the next half-year licking our wounds. And you done freed yourselves of your bonds.
Who was the sorceress?
Raven-haired she was. Remember her name, Desperate?
Conifer or some such. So, willing to help some old friends, Witcher?
What kind of trouble are you in now?
It's a matter of life, death, and quite a bit of coin in point of fact. New boy bet tonight that he'll survive the assault in his shirt and knickers alone. We drunk a bit by then, I admit, but a wager's a wager. Our honor's at stake.
A soldier's honor versus a knight's. I think I get it.
The very core of the matter, Witcher. We're slated to go in the first wave, so the going's liable to be hard. New boy's brave, but he can't survive by courage alone. In any case, we've come into this bauble that's supposed to protect him, magically like. You mind casting an expert's glance at it, seeing as sorcery and such is not strange to you?
Let me see this bauble.
Your wolf medallion, I saw it shake.
It reacts to magic.
So it's true, what the priest said. Hear that, new boy? You'll be safe. We'll fleece that night, we will.
Where did you get this talisman?
We came by it, let's say. We were on patrol, see, and ran into a couple of novice priestesses praying at this shrine. They were nice, smiling and all.
We don't wanted to take them two on patrol. But...
Shut it! Boalt had one of his rare moments of clairvoyance, went rummaging in the shrine and found the amulet.
Who knows what goes on in that head of his, but every now and then he wakes up as good old Boholt.
Aye, he still cuts them down with a single wallop. In any case, we took the amulet and went off to find the rest of the patrol. Oh, the wonders we saw. First, ran into some squirrels, vicious ones, arrows flying everywhere, but we came through untouched. Barely 3 of the others still standing when a dragon swooped down, the elves fell to their knees, and we all legged it. The amulet's magic for certain.
Though it failed to protect the shrine from your patrolling.
Aye, true. Well, now we don't know what to think.
Who knows? Maybe the amulet is unlucky. Maybe it draws trouble. I doubt you left the shrine untouched. Then the Scoia'tael, the dragon.
I told you as much. We need to get the boys some plate.
Wait a minute. We owe the Witcher some thanks.
But we're broke as shit peddlers.
Fancy the amulet, Witcher. It might draw trouble, be cursed in some way. But you might lift the curse. Sell it off.
I'll take it.
It's all yours.
Witcher, you available for normal business still? Willing to hunt monsters?
Yeah, I'm willing. Why do you ask?
Well, 'cause we were out with those scouts that saw the dragon. No one believes us, but...
The sound in the assembly. That's us. But we'll find you after the battle, Witcher.
Wait.
Farewell.
That was quite rude. Right, let's walk into a fire. I was told that it gives a special perk. And it did. Okay, so the sorceress they were talking about was Yennefer, a very important character in The Witcher. But we will get back to her at a later time. I would like to focus in this episode, when we have time of course, on the general description of the world of The Witcher. So it's basically based on Middle Ages Europe in the Middle Ages, with a fantasy twist and of course different geography and such. So it's an alternate world, let's say. The geography we will talk about in a minute, but history is more important. And the world is inhabited, apart from humans, by elves, dwarves, gnomes and halflings. Also, many other monster races, let's say, or races that are intelligent and just different. The elves have arrived in this world a few thousand years ago, And men are actually in the continent where this is happening, who have been here for about 500 years only. And men came from over the sea, to the west, I believe. About the world. Over 1,000 years ago, an event known as the conjunction of the spheres occurred. It merged worlds together, alternate realities, different worlds. And it also created new ones. During the conjunction of the spheres, humans came to this world from another one. And so, or maybe it was another conjunction earlier. This is not completely known, but it's believed that it was the regular conjunction of the spheres, at least by the elves, I believe.
You seek the king.
So,
He waits near the machine. No reason to go in here.
So humans are actually not native to this one. But the dwarves and gnomes believe that neither are the elves.
A beautiful day for battle.
We'll get back to
not,
that soon.
Excellency, we're out of range of their arbalists.
I am no warrior, sire. I must admit, I prefer to joust verbally or with a pen, the emissary of peace that I am.
Hogwash! You're the emissary of the white flame dancing on the graves of his foes, the Emperor of Nilfgaard, who spared no blood conquering over a dozen sovereign realms.
Thus bringing them laws, culture, and peace above all.
Finally! Traitors of the realm boil tar on the walls while you dally with the royal advisor.
How may I assist you, sire?
We mount an assault today, and you'll be at my side. Follow me, gentlemen. Let's not keep the traitors waiting.
Sire, you said we were out of range.
That was a ballista, Excellency. Its arms strengthened with bronze plates and strung with horsehair. It can propel heavy bolts up to a mile away. A deadly and very costly weapon. An experienced crew can cock and release 2 bolts each minute, yet it has one flaw.
Your Grace, please take cover.
The recoil of the arms is so strong upon firing that the weapon shifts. It simply cannot hit the same spot twice.
I had no idea Your Grace was a learned military engineer.
I'm not. I gave the Baroness those ballistae 2 years ago for her birthday.
Sire.
What say you, Excellency, of men who live in spite of such wounds?
And what say you, Your Grace, of soldiers who inflict them?
Those who did this live no more.
Master Geralt, I wish to converse with you once the storm of battle has subsided.
Forgive me, Excellency, but I plan to leave the royal court as soon as possible.
Might I know why?
Too often they take me for someone I'm not.
What do they call you, soldier? Wait. You served with me at Brenneran during our foray into the Pontar Valley. Norman Sador. Still an arbalist?
Yes, sir. Fight has not been kind to me.
Ha! Norman Sador, for your years of faithful service to the crown, I appoint you Decurion of the Arbalists. Onwards, gentlemen. No reason to dawdle.
Forgive my candor, Your Majesty, but I must ask, what fate awaits the royal bastards when...
They're my children. If I hear bastard one more time, someone will die. Painfully.
Your Grace, forgive me. But the laws of succession are irrefutably clear.
Piss on the laws. I'll change them if need be. Above all, I'll not allow a band of treacherous barons to use my children as their banner.
Your Majesty is entirely within his rights.
Ada is dead, and I have no other children.
I see.
This conversation is over, Excellency. Please retire to your tent. Black One's in my camp before a battle. What has the world come to? Nothing would make me happier than returning his shriveled head to Emir in a sack. But Triss Merigold insisted I be patient and courteous. Was I?
Not really. I actually saw His Excellency sweat. But that'll be our secret.
You brought your sense of humor along. Have you learned anything about the assassin?
Well, he could have been a witcher, but I don't think it's wise to say it.
Nothing new, sire. A month's passed and we don't know any more than we knew when we began. This investigation's going nowhere.
My agents have learned little also. But we'll find the culprits. It's just a question of time. Now, for the battle. I want you at my side today. Then you may go where you please.
Thank you, sire.
Where are you aiming, imbeciles? Soldier! Spyglass! What is going on up there? The gods! Count Etcheverry! Catch, Witcher. Aim for the rogue with the red plume. Not 6 months ago, he swore eternal friendship to me. Quickly! How much higher?
Let's see, can we actually hit him? Can we?
3 degrees.
Oh crap, it went over.
Did we hit the bastard?
He ducked.
Damn it! We'll get him on the walls. Follow me, Witcher!
Well, you can't get it right every time, right?
You know, Witcher, I'm prepared to forgive Louisa. All she need do is to kneel before her king.
Very noble of you.
Are you mocking me? Never mind. I'm certain Louisa will realize her mistakes. Besides, children should have a mother.
I'm lost.
It's quite simple. Louisa and I had a bit of a tiff. She made demands I could not fulfill. Understand?
I think so.
Count Etcheverry and others immediately intervened, all noble, all sympathetic. They claimed the evil king would take her children, but they would protect them, even place them on the throne. And the Baroness was duped, her motherly love used. In truth, they desire privileges that would weaken the throne.
That's a swiving soldier's life. Taking orders, smash your foe. Coin and country, there your wife. And a long road at your toe.
And here we are. King Foltest is actually quite an interesting character. He is, as it was said already, lustful. He actually had a daughter with his own sister.
Look alive, man!
But that's a whole other story.
Hail to the king! Where the hell are we headed? To battle! What the fuck do we want? Victory! This I like!
Alright, here we go. Let's get ready,
On the bridge.
shield up.
We're nearly there! Weapons at the ready!
Oh, right.
That tower was ridiculous.
It was designed to break the rebels' morale.
A bunch of lords and lordlings took a ride to then pompously stride on top of the walls, while the real army fought and died below them in the shit and piss-filled streets.
If years of service have taught me anything, it's that the Highborn don the best costumes and get the best vantage points, whether at a ball or in battle. But it's not the time for that kind of jousting, Witcher. Continue your story.
Things went relatively smoothly after we came out of that tower. That is, until we ran into Aryan Lavalette.
We did change armor. So, as we were saying, elves, gnomes, dwarves, humans, and halflings. What is... how do they live together? Well, the humans have dominated the continent because, well, humans reproduce much quicker than all the other races. And they are not very tolerant. Okay,
Lord
continuing.
Suxon, you shall push for the center aisle and bring down that gate.
It's a good day to kill, your majesty! Follow me, gentlemen! For Temeria!
Lord Swan, you and your men shall follow me. We must capture or otherwise deal with Aryan Lavalette in order to break the defenders' morale.
Yes, your grace.
Geralt, gentlemen, follow me, for the glory!
Look at those arrows. That's not how arrows behave. I do love CD Projekt Red. They did a marvelous job with this game, but this is just horrible.
I forbid you to die like imbeciles. Hear me! They've taken a good position, the bastards.
I know my physics, I know my archery.
If this persists, they'll pick us off like ducks, and I'm no duck. Any ideas?
That ballista would do the trick.
Okay, maybe I'm a bit too salty about those arrows, but just have a quick look. Those down here. Right, enough of that. Oh, loot. Oh, oops. Yeah, that was pretty dumb of me. Okay, I'll I'll jump through the. I'll try not to talk about such stupid things anymore. I'll jump through the cutscenes because we didn't go far. And yeah, I was talking about elves, humans, dwarves, gnomes, and some halflings, right? So all the other elder races inhabited the continent before the humans came, and well, lived relatively peacefully. The elves were the dominant race then. After the humans came, it changed.
Lord Sux,
yeah.
Lord Swan,
skipping that.
fall back. They've taken.
That ballista would do the trick.
Okay. Sorry, I'll try not to die so quickly again. I was just being stupid. Try to see the arrows up close. Okay, continuing. What was I talking about? Right, so before the humans came, elves were the dominant race. And elves are very proud people in the world of The Witcher. So, when humans came, the elves underestimated them significantly. They didn't even think that they were worth considering as a threat. So, they ignored them, and the humans bred, and the humans expanded their influence, created kingdoms, and soon they were a serious threat to the elves. It was too late already. The elven youths mounted a resistance. That's where Scoia'tael name comes from. They actually... well, there was a leader, a female leader of the young elves that led a rebellion against humans. But it ended badly for the elves.
Kill the Witcher!
And many of the young elves were slaughtered. It is a great problem for the race because because of their longevity, they don't reproduce too quickly, and most of their youth was destroyed, died, and so the elven race went into decline, and humans became the dominant race on the continent. Speaking of the continent, we should probably move to geography, but first, now humans and the other races are not too friendly towards each other. Mostly because the humans are dominant and not very tolerant. So they believe themselves to be better than all the other races, which leads to trouble.
Blow the lilies!
mostly for the other ones, the elder races, so-called. Okay, now let's get a little bit into geography. The Witcher takes place mostly in the northern kingdoms. Imagine a roughly square piece of land. Mountains to the north and east, sea to the west. Those are the northern kingdoms. To the south we have the Empire of Nilfgaard, a great, powerful country. Their cultures are completely different, because they developed, well, separately, even though they're not so far from each other. The major difference is that the humans of the northern kingdoms, the Nordlings, of the kingdoms in this patch of land I mentioned before, were mostly antagonistic against the other non-human races. In the Nilfgaard it was different. They coexisted, they mixed with elves and eventually created one race of, let's say, altered humans. And also Nilfgaard's culture is different. It is an empire, one monolith, one big structure. Whereas the northern kingdoms are divided. They squabble internally and against each other, which makes them, well, weaker in some sense. So in this patch of land, this roughly square patch of land, mountains to the north and east, sea to the south. These are the northern kingdoms. Well, there are 5 major kingdoms. There are more realms, but the other ones are mostly small and, well, not insignificant, but certainly less significant than the big ones. So, to the northwest, there lies a great, not very big, but very rich kingdom of Kovir and what was the other one? Povis and Kovir. Theoretically they're separate, but they are ruled by the same monarchs. It's a neutral state. They pride themselves on their neutrality. They do not meddle in the politics of others and always respect their treaties. Also, it's a very, very rich merchant haven. Lots of trade there, and they do dominate the seas mostly. Then to the southeast, we have Redania. Redania is, well, we did encounter Prince Radovid, or King Radovid already, of Redania in Witcher 1. Redania is a powerful, rich kingdom that... oh, did we get a special ability? Yes, we did. Okay, Redania, a powerful kingdom, known as the major producer of grain in the northern kingdoms. They produce most of the food for the neighbors and export this food. Then, if you move to the east, there's the kingdom of what was it? No, not Eden, Kedwin. Kingdom of Kedwin. We already said that Redania is ruled by King Radovid. He's very ambitious and can be a cruel monarch. Whereas Kedwin is ruled by King Henselt, who is very ambitious and wishes to expand his territory. We know that from the Witcher books, where during the last war where the northern kingdoms fought the Empire of Nilfgaard, in the meantime, in the midst of fighting, King Henselt of Kedwin actually invaded his neighbor, his southern neighbor of Eden, and took some land, taking advantage of the situation. Then to the south from Redania, so it's the southwest part of this part of the continent, we have Temeria, and this is the Temeria. This is the kingdom we are in now. It's considered to be the most powerful of the northern kingdoms, strongest and the richest. Well, maybe not counting Kovir. But as you can see, there is some civil strife in it. King Foltest has caused some problems for himself. Even though Temeria is still very strong. Yeah, about a short story about King Foltest. When he was young, when he was not a king yet, he had an affair with his own sister, Ada. And they had a daughter together, also named Ada. We encounter her in the first game.
The gods are with us!
This incest spawned a curse. And interestingly enough, the curse was not caused by incest itself, but by people's hate towards the brother and sister. The curse turned their daughter into a striga. It's a monster. The girl turns into a monster and hunts humans. Geralt of Rivia, yours truly, actually lifted the curse from Princess Ada, thus gaining a huge reward from King Foltest and returning her to being just a human. Then, in the first Witcher game, Princess Ada actually staged a coup against her father, which was not successful. But enough about Princess Ada. In the default, let's say, story in the game, the one we're playing now, the one selected by the developers, Princess Ada dies, but it is possible to save her. Right, continuing. This was Temeria. I believe we will find a map later in the game. I'm not sure, I don't remember. I already played it, but it was a long time ago. If we do... Oh, is that the guy that we're supposed to kill with the ballista? Yes, I think so. Let's get him. Come on. Enzo Echeverria. Okay, what was I saying? Oh, did you drop something? It was possible to save Ada in the first game, and if you do that, she would be alive in this one as well. But we did not import save games. So we did already talk about Kovia, Redania, Temeria, and what was the other one? I'm not good with names. Oh, never mind. Kedwin, alright, of course, Kedwin. Kedwin has a... Oh, I should also talk about the symbols. You can see the lilies of Temeria. Redania has a white eagle, much like Poland. And Kedwin has a unicorn. There is also one more kingdom, Kingdom of Edon. It lies to the southeast of the patch of land we are describing. It was ruled by King Demavend, whom we saw killed at the beginning cinematic of the game. So now Edon is in a bit of a chaos.
Smash the door! Axemen, give me splinters!
We should actually probably use some weapon enhancement. Yeah, good against humans, let's use it. Okay. Come on. So these are the five major northern kingdoms. There are, of course, not all the political entities in those lands. There are some minor states. For example, the huge dwarven city of Mahakan. It's where dwarves and also gnomes live in great numbers. It is the source of best steel, best weapons in all of the continent, I believe. And Mahakan, it's a sovereign realm. It does not pay tribute to any of the northern monarchs. The dwarves are actually the most similar to humans when it comes to the elder races. They like similar things. They live in similar societies. They are more honorable than men usually, not always. Alright, so we talked about Mahakan. There are a few duchies also, and to the south lies the great empire of Nilfgaard. The Black Ones mentioned earlier. The ambassador was actually the ambassador of the Emperor of Nilfgaard. Ouch.
Desist, or be put down like the rabid dogs you are!
Aryan La Valette, this will be no easy task. Surrender, Aryan! You'll be treated with honor!
Go plow yourself, King!
Bury them in arrows! Come on, men! For Temeria!
They're well shielded.
You got a better idea?
I'll try to get inside. It shouldn't be hard if the archers provide cover.
That's the son of Louisa and the old Baron, heir to these lands. He's hot-tempered but good with a sword. Be careful.
I'll try to reason with him.
Cover the Witcher!
Oh, level up. Let's get more HP. Oh crap. Okay, we need to shield ourselves. Okay, so to the south lies the great empire of Nilfgaard. Nilfgaard conquered many sovereign realms, as King Foltest remarked earlier, and as it is an empire, its rule is very centralized. It has strong codified laws, and the nobles don't really have as many rights as in the northern realms. Many would argue that Nilfgaard is actually a more civilized place. Its emperor, Emir van Emrys, is very intelligent, very ambitious, and, well, this might be a spoiler, so, okay, I shouldn't probably talk about it anymore, because it will be a major spoiler to those who didn't read the books. So let's just say that Geralt met him before. They met face to face. Okay, and here we are, the top of the tower.
The famed Geralt of Rivia. You've fallen low, Witcher. Word has it you're one of the best swordsmen in the north. Time to test that rumor.
Enough slaughter. Surrender and Foltest will treat you and your men with honor.
And what guarantee is there that he'll not cut us down to the last?
None.
Foltest defiled my mother. Now he colludes with Nilfgaard.
The king leads an army. You have but a few brave men and your honor. In a minute you may lose even those. Choose.
Hear that, men? The king sends a Witcher and we are to surrender, forgetting the very nature of honor and pride. We must choose. Shame or a Witcher's sword? Is that how you would live? Will you bow your heads before Foltest?
Never!
You heard them, Witcher.
Don't be a fool. This is no game. Your men don't need to die. Surrender, and the king will show mercy.
My mother has seen enough of this king's mercy.
What'll you do? Throw yourself on my sword? Run?
He made mother a harlot, then denied her before all the realm.
True enough. But no massacre, no misguided heroism will change that. Drop your weapons.
Should anything happen to my mother, I shall find you and kill you.
Yay, he's not an idiot.
Aryan La Valette laid down his sword. Well, well.
Have you spoken to him?
Briefly. Just before they took him off to the torture chamber. The hard luck of a traitor. Continue.
Well, okay, let's continue then.
While I remember, what happened to the dragon?
It destroyed half the castle. Killed hordes of soldiers and flew off.
Where?
in the general direction of REDONE.
To think it almost killed us all.
Arian Lavalette has surrendered the castle. Open up!
And the Baron lives?
Yes, he lives. I'm not spiteful. Open this gate, kneel before your king, and I shall show you mercy.
Looks like we're stuck.
Indeed, and my magic's no good here. The main force down in those boats is going to beat us to town.
Want to head back to the tent? The camp will be nice and empty now. I've had enough for today.
Tempting. Look, the King's special forces.
We want to see him!
You doubt my words, dog. Open the gate now!
Sire,
Vernon Roach. Tell me, Roach.
there's fighting in the town. A section of our forces crossed the river in fishing boats and swarmed the streets, burning, raping, pillaging. The Lavalettes are making a stand near the temple.
What of the Baroness?
Alive and safely tucked away.
Unsoiled, I hope.
As you ordered, sire. She's fine, and beautiful as ever. The children were not with her.
But you know where they are?
In the monastery, but we've yet to penetrate that area.
Cross, quickly!
Protect the king!
Dragon! Take cover! To the hoardings!
Run,
Protect the
run.
king! Run for the hoarding! I'd give my leg for a heavy crossbow right now.
It's a dragon! I can't believe it!
Marigold, stop admiring it and do something!
It's not that simple!
Before the brute turns my army to cinder!
Come on, quickly.
Dragon!
How do you
Take
fight
cover!
something like that?
To the hoardings!
You
Dragon.
don't. You run!
Which has actually,
You are.
We've got to get to the town. You
as
might
it
stand a
has
chance
been
there.
stated, witches
Is it
don't
true
hunt
you
dragons.
witches don't hunt dragons?
Blasphemous!
Oh yes, it is
This
being
one doesn't seem to know
stated.
that.
Do you want me to go over and tell him?
Other thing that is important, witches generally don't fight intelligent races. Whatever they may be. Whether dragons or some others. Similar to
Gate!
that.
They're at the gate!
Well, not similar to dragons, but similarly intelligent. Right, we are in a bit of a bind because of the low health. I wish I had some regenerating potions. Well, actually, I probably have Oh crap! What was that? Oh, I got burned by a dragon. Alright, coming back. 2 deaths in 1 video. That's quite embarrassing.
Dragon! Take cover! To the hoardings!
I thought it's all over and went
Run for the
out.
hoarding! I'd give my
Okay.
leg for a heavy crossbow right now.
As I was saying,
It's a dragon.
dragons.
can't
Geralt
believe
actually
it.
met a dragon
Marigold, stop
before.
admiring it and do something!
The one that
not
the
that
Reavers
simple.
were talking about.
Before the brute turns my army to cinders!
It was a golden dragon, the rarest of them all.
Something like that.
Dragon!
You
Take
don't.
Golden
cover!
dragon
Run.
can
The
actually
hoardings!
change shape. They can polymorph
We've got
themselves
to get
into
to the
whatever
town.
they want.
We might stand a chance there.
The dragon's
Is it
name
true
was
you
William
witches don't hunt
Trettenmer,
dragons?
The gate! They're
but
at the
Geralt
gate!
actually knew
At
him as
them!
Bors,
Do you want me to go over and tell
3
him?
jackdaws a night,
Idea, you're the
because
one who's expert.
the dragon changed his appearance. Come on. Right, is that all of them? And, well, dragons are much less
To the tower!
frequent. They're not
Back
very
up!
numerous.
I'll open the gate!
Okay, the word I'm looking for
Quickly!
is dragons are rare. It's quite a...
I can't hold this for long. Call the arbalists!
Come on, come on.
Quick!
Triss!
The bridge is burning! Quickly, this way!
Run, Geralt. Okay, that was quite stressful.
Plowing dragon nearly reversed the course of the battle.
The fighting should have scared it off.
Forget the dragon. I need to hear how this story ends.
Alright, I believe this is a good place to put in a cut. But don't worry, the next episode will be up relatively soon. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy it, even though I died twice. But mostly due to being uncautious. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time soon. Bye bye.